بسم الله الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وأصحابه وأجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the disease of procrastination.
Procrastination, laziness, you name it. Things that, Islam looks down upon.
Things that, not only in Islam, things that hold you back in your life.
Yeah.
Things that destroy your life.
Things that if you had Iman, if you had Deen, that you wouldn't have. Because if you have the Deen, then it expiates all of that. It eliminates all of that. Your body will be free from that type of stuff. Right? And what is procrastination?
Go ahead.
Does anybody have
You just said it's a disease.
who has the dictionary?
I'll look it up for you. Keep talking. No. Procrastination is it's when you
hold off things.
You hold off things to the last minute. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything. You hold off things to the last minute. You're given a due time and you hold it off. Why? Because it's not that important to you.
And it doesn't just have to be with things that regard your deen, right? It could be like your assignments. Like if you're in school, it could be your homework assignments, your tests, or whatever, your quizzes, blah, blah, blah. Anything that you have and you leave it off to the last minute. You leave it off till okay, it's due now. I have to do it now, right? Mm-hmm. Also, things, your responsibilities. You leave your responsibilities till the last minute. You leave grocery shopping till your house is freaking empty. You leave your bills till the last day.
You leave your gas tank till you got 1 mile left.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'm guilty of this one.
Yeah, and then same.
That is procrastination. It's not good. There's no scenario where procrastination is good. You can't bring me one. None of you can bring me one. This is why it's bad. You have to eliminate it. It's a disease.
If you procrastinate and if you're lazy, that means it can
Wallahi,
be
bro, that's a double whammy.
Yeah, exactly. It's it could be a sign of weak Iman. At the same time, it's it's like Shaytan is playing into you.
Because Satan, he doesn't want to see you do good. He doesn't want to see you complete your goals, complete your dreams. Why? He wants you to be sad, depressed, lazy. He wants you to stay at home, eat ice cream, listen to music all day, and stay there and stay the same.
Yeah, exactly. He wants you to go after things that are easy to get, right? He doesn't want you to go after things that you have to work for over a long period of time that will, cause you great success. That's long term, right? He just wants you, things are easy out here to get, easy money, easy woman, these types of things, right? That are
he doesn't want you to
climb
the hill.
Now, procrastination is a disease that some people they see it in themselves and they don't want to do anything about it because they see it.
That in itself is laziness, procrastination.
They see it as a way to put out their personality. It's part of who they are and they don't want to change that. But obviously procrastination, and a lot of people, they know that it's not a good habit, but at the same time, they might not try to change it because it's just who they are and it's worked for them thus far. But procrastination is not going to work long term, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will show you that. Let's say in procrastination, you leave things off to the last minute. If you're someone who leaves off your prayers to the last minute, then you can develop signs of weak Iman. Yeah, there's Iman still there, right? So let's say...
No. Even this, we already said before, hypocrisy can derive from laziness. If you're lazy, you can be, what did I say? Hypocrisy? I meant procrastination.
Yeah, okay.
Because this is what I was getting to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes people in the Quran, the hypocrites, when they get up for the prayer, they get up lazily. Yeah. This is also laziness can lead to procrastination. So if we're talking about procrastination, we should also talk about how we can destroy laziness. The Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, he had a dua for laziness. If I knew it, I would tell it, but I know.
No, but I know what you're taling about. There's a dua one to get away from that. There's also duas
So it's a serious thing. Because the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, he gave us a dua for it. It's a serious thing.
Even duas that you hear at Jummah all the time, the one where you ask Allah, the changer of hearts, change my heart, make it firm upon your religion, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, those are ones that will help you ignite the deen inside your heart and inside of you, spiritually. That's where you need it the most. Because someone who, let's say they hold off their prayers till the last minute. There's 5 minutes left until Asr Azan, so I'm gonna go pray Dhuhr. Look, there's Iman in that person, right? But at the same time, it's weak because they don't feel compelled to go pray as soon as they hear the adhan. When if you've heard certain hadiths, the hadith of Asr and Fajr, right? How they're so important. Also because the fact that the angels that are protecting you, not the ones that write your good and bad deeds, right? The angels that protect you from one in front and one in back. They leave at Fajr and they come back at Asr. That's why it's so important for you to pray Asr on time, because when you pray Asr on time, they will write that when they came back down to protect you, they will write that he was praying Asr when we came back. But if you're not praying Asr, they're gonna say, oh, he was doing such and such. Like, he was being heedless. He didn't care. That's why certain prayer is so important. Like you can't procrastinate prayer because then
Even if
you'll develop laziness.
if you give me one man here, this man he procrastinates. If you get he has procrastination in his heart. You give me this man here, he doesn't have procrastination in his heart. You can put them up in any metric, any task, and I'll always take the man who doesn't have procrastination in his heart. Why? Because this guy, he's the one with procrastination. He's listening to the waswas. He's listening to Shaytan. He's listening to the desires of his heart. He can't control himself. It's like he's a hamar. wait.
What?
Wait. Yeah, it's like I'm not wrong, but he can't control himself. He can't compel himself to do what is necessary and what is needed at the time that it's supposed to be done. He has to put it off. He can't. Like imagine you have a job or a work or you have something to do and you put it off all the way until the last moment it could possibly be done. Like, do you have no care in your heart? You have no worry.
I mean, look, here's one
heedless.
thing. Here's one thing that you need to have to have success in, right? In whatever you're doing. What is it? Consistency, right? Mm-hmm. When you're lazy and you're procrastinating all the time, you can't have any consistency, right? Like if we're talking about it, let's take two things here: prayer and bodybuilding. Right? You see the bodybuilder, right? He's on a meal plan. He's working out at a certain time of the day. He's waking up at a certain time of the day, right? And it's consistent throughout the week, right? And the same thing with your prayers, right? You have certain times that you have to pray, right? And if you're constantly, putting those things off, you're gonna fall off that schedule, right? You can't be consistent, right? And then things are just gonna start to look worse and worse for you, right? And then in that, right, you start to lose hope. You're like, man, I'm losing right now. You don't want to feel like you want to go out there and get it anymore, right? Because you see yourself slipping, right? And then the Shaytan starts to feed you into that, right? Into the waswas, right? And then you start feeling hopeless. You start feeling lost. No. And then again, you don't want to do anything about it.
You want to know why I think the split between lazy people and not lazy people happens. I feel like lazy people, they think like lazy and the procrastinators. I feel like they think that other people, they don't have the same mindset as them. When in reality, like all people who weren't lazy, they have the same thoughts that the lazy people do. They just beat it. They overcome it. Yeah. It's the confrontation within yourself. It's about like you're fighting demons at this point. Yeah. Like it sounds cliche, but like you're fighting. You're literally fighting demons.
Look, the one who prays and the one who goes to the gym, right? Like he was talking about bodybuilders. So let's say someone wakes up for the gym at like 4 a.m, right? And then they're motivated and they're disciplined to do that. But what if they don't pray? Now, see, the one who prays, he's disciplined and he's motivated because he's like determined to wake up for Fajr to pray at
Wait, you just said they're both motivated and disciplined.
No. One is motivated, the other is disciplined and motivated. The one who prays, he's trying to better himself within. The other one, he's working for his health. Yeah, you work for your health, but what's better for your health and for your heart, right? It's the prayer, right? The one who goes to the gym who doesn't pray. Okay. So it's like I'm talking about for people who they have goals in mind that are outside of Islam, right? So the one who goes to the gym, he's motivated to do that. So if he's sitting here waking up at 6 a.m. but you can't pray Fajr, like that type of stuff. That's what I'm saying. But see, look at the one who prays. He drops everything to go and pray. He wakes up in the middle of the night to go and pray. He stops his work in the middle of the day to go and pray. Like,
oh, I heard this thing from Muhammad Hablos a little while ago. It was just like, you have brothers here, they're in the gym, benching, 225, whatever it may be, but they can't even lift the blanket at Fajr. SubhanAllah.
See, that's exactly what I was getting at. It's like
hypocrisy.
But, see, sometimes we're more motivated by like the things that we can see, the things that we can reach. But we forget. Allah is the Lord of the unseen, right?
I truly don't believe, but
and what is seen.
Yeah.
And what is
no, but I'm saying like the unseen, like you. But ghaib means unseen, and that's like emphasized so much in the Quran.
Like you mentioned one thing. You mentioned discipline. That is what we use to defeat procrastination. Discipline. Like you're not going to be motivated to do everything, but you can be disciplined. There are people in the world who absolutely they don't want to do anything, but they're disciplined.
Well, realistically, right? I mean,
think about Khabib. Why is Khabib the greatest MMA fighter? Because he's disciplined.
Look, listen.
Yeah.
Like I was about to say, we all have passions, right? But there just gets a certain point where one day we might wake up, we're not motivated to do something, or we don't feel like doing it. But then again, when you have that discipline, it's gonna always beat the motivation. Motivation is not always gonna be here. Motivation always comes and goes, right? You might listen to a video here and there, and then you might change your life for 1 or 2 days, and then after that, you go back to the exact same person that you were before. But when you are disciplined, right? You have to start somewhere.
What I would say is just ignore your feelings. Like, it might sound like harsh or cliche. Like, ignore your feelings. What are you gonna like? Imagine you're a father, and what are you gonna tell your children? I was tired. Oh, I didn't feel like doing it. Feel like you have to ignore your feelings. You have to be disciplined. Like, I didn't feel motivated today, son. I'm not gonna go to work, so you're gonna starve. Like, you're not gonna tell your son that. You're not gonna tell your children that. That's
No, wait. You want to know what's crazy? Like, you know how time is a construct, right? Time is something that we created to be able to like move forward with like our daily lives and be able to do things, right? So even if we didn't have the clock, we'd still know that time is moving because of like the day and the night, right? That's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He tells us in the Quran, he's the one who brings the night into day and the day into night, right? Mm-hmm. But look, what does it say in Surah Al-Asr? It says by time, right? It starts with by time. Indeed, mankind isn't lost because we don't take care of our time. We don't do things properly the way that we should, right? And that's also in hadith that the Prophet he emphasized how we're going to be asked about literally everything. It's like there's no way you can go. You're gonna be asked about the knowledge and how you use it. You're gonna be asked about the wealth and how you use it. You're gonna be asked about like how you use your time. Time, like you see time. And procrastination, that's you wasting your time. That's you like not being very
because think about it.
with it.
Bro, think about it. In due time, man is in loss. So what are you doing waiting around? You're already losing. Now you're losing double. You're losing times two.
The phrase "buy me time" doesn't work.
It doesn't.
You don't get your time back, right?
Dang. And if time is money, then that means in due time, we're losing money as well. Wallahi, that's crazy.
See, it's like and you see how time is moving so much faster right now. This is like a sign of like the end times, right? It was prophesized in a hadith that time would move quicker for us.
Yes,
and it seems that it is. Even though the days have still always been 24 hours, right? It still feels less. Like the day feels less.
The earth is moving faster.
But the day has been 24 hours. For as long as you've lived, it's still been 24 hours, but now it's moving even faster.
It's 23 hours and 53 minutes. It's like that.
What? 24 hours.
No, it's 23 hours and like 52 minutes.
We're not. Okay,
hey,
Einstein.
Hey, don't.
We're not here with the.
Are you too lazy to say that?
Listen. So it doesn't even matter if time was 23 hours and 4 minutes since like the day you were born. Right now, it would feel like it's moving faster because that's okay.
What's your point?
Because we have less time. We feel like we have less time, and yet we're still not taking advantage of the time that we have. You're here every single day on this earth. You have no idea if you're going to make it to tomorrow. You have no idea if you're going to be here for the next hour, right?
Right, exactly.
And people don't want to live their lives like that. They don't want to live knowing that, oh yeah, it could end at any minute.
They want to live in the moment. But
yeah, exactly. They want to live in the moment, but you never know. In that moment, you could be doing a sin and you could die upon that sin. Like, imagine you die without praying your final prayer, but the time to pray, the time for like Asr came, right? But you didn't pray that prayer. It had been like 2 hours now since Asr Azan, and now you died. You died without praying. Even though you still plan to pray. In your mind, you plan to pray. But Allah took your life before you had the chance. See, now you die on potential kufr because you didn't die. I mean, because you died. Because you died and you didn't pray.
What do you mean?
I don't think that's...
If you didn't have a valid excuse, right? If you didn't have a valid excuse to not pray. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He makes it very easy upon us in these situations, right? For the person who's traveling, for the person who's, what's it called?
Sick.
For the person who's sick, for the person who's like moving around. Like if you, like let's say you're on the move and you could stop to pray on the road, right? But you don't have to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells you, wait till you get to where you need to go and then pray. Like it's not meant to be hard on you. So if you have a valid excuse, fine. But if you don't have a valid excuse, you gotta pray.
But like, bro, that's like at that point, like, bro, that's a person getting clapped. Like he said he didn't want to play. But like, man, that's a hard scenario.
Exactly. But it could happen. You never know.
That means
I'm saying, bro, look, listen.
That has to be the biggest procrastinator in the world.
Here's a quote that we all heard even from the kuffar, right? When we were younger, right? Never put off until tomorrow what can be done today, right? And like, this is such a pourful quote.
This holds true.
Because like, what, people are always like, I'll do it tomorrow, but then they have the chance to do something today. Like, why do you always have to put something off till tomorrow? You're gonna keep putting it off till tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be tomorrow, and then tomorrow's gonna be tomorrow.
But you know what
Just
you
give
know
up.
how I like to think about it? Like if someone has to send me somewhere, I'll be like, nah. And the thought in my brain that says do it tomorrow, I'll be like, dude, what would tomorrow me think of yesterday me for not doing it yesterday? Like
Exactly.
I'll be, like I could just do it today and get it over with.
Now you think about all the people who have these New Year's resolutions. They waited. Like,
Oh yeah,
it was
this
like,
right,
until
this right here makes me so mad.
Like, man,
Right? Look, listen, man. I'm on social media, right, and I see, hey, New Year's, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna stop. Like, look, listen. If you were actually serious about changing, you would do something about it right now, because you might not even be here in the next 5 minutes. You might not even be here in the next 30 seconds, and you're over here talking about New Year's, right? Like, how do you know you're gonna be here? If if something's really that important to you and you really want to change, do it now, right? Why do you have to change when society tells you that you have to change, right? New Year's, right?
Yeah,
No, we
you
as Muslims,
change when society tells you to.
You as Muslims, you don't even believe in New Year's, right? We believe it's a pagan holiday, and at the same time, right?
Yeah, even for us, do we celebrate the freaking lunar calendar, like New Year? Do we celebrate the new Islamic year? No, we don't.
Exactly.
Because like these things were created by man. Like New Year's, like going to a New Year, what does it mean? It just means we're like, as for your age, you're getting closer to death. Who like, oh, whoopee, like I'm getting closer to the end of the world. Like, no.
Now look at your birthday, bro. Hey, man, just another year closer to my death. You know what I'm saying, guys? Turned 57 this year.
Yeah, but see, so many people, they want to set like for the New Year's, they want to be like, oh, like let's say a week before New Year's, they're like, oh, New Year's, we're stopping this, and we're doing this, and this. Why don't you start that right now? Why don't you set a plan right now to do that?
It's because there's no ambition.
Man,
there's no
Exactly.
like.
Let me be real with you.
You're
Their
lacking it.
ambition lies with the fact that it turns from the 2 at the end of 2022
It's like
to 3.
just
because
like,
they see that now they think it's like a whole
since
new
everyone else is doing it,
opportunity.
now I also have to make sure I change on that day.
And on
Like,
top of
that
that, let's be real. That person is probably not being sincere, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, right? So I'm not gonna say everybody, right? Before the people who actually change for New Year's come at me. But anyways, for the most part, right? Those people aren't being sincere. You're gonna change for 2 or 3 days, and you're gonna go back to what you're doing. Maybe 1 to 2 weeks at most.
'Cause
right?
you were lacking
and
the
you
ambition.
and you know I'm not lying to you right now. So if this applies to you right now, you better do something about it.
No,
right?
but like also think about it. Think about like between December 31st and January 1st, what happens? Does it feel like you're like something got lit up inside of you because the new year happened? No, it's a day going to another day.
Yeah, but like something lining up. Like think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran that Allah does not change the condition of a people unless they change it within themselves. There has to be an innate thing inside of you that wants to change. Like there's no one's gonna do it for you.
And change is immediate. Change doesn't say like it starts immediately, but it happens over time, right? It doesn't say, "Oh, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to start next week." Like no, because if you do that, now it's like
There's a process.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's a process. The desire to
But
change.
see, the process should start right then and there. The thought to start should happen right then and there, and shouldn't be like, okay, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to get a good night's
What do
sleep.
you
I'm
even
gonna be
gain
fine.
out of that?
Like,
If you wait till the next day and the next day, what do you get out of that? You only lose and you make yourself look
No,
dumb.
but see, look,
losing
when I was
time.
younger, it happened to me as well. I was learning a lot of Quran as I was growing up. Like this was throughout high school, and then there was a point where I was like, okay, you know what? I want to learn this surah. And it was like at night, and I said, you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna start learning this surah. I never learned that surah until like last year. But you see my work.
No, because
like,
after that, I used to be like, bruh, dude, I'd be like, dang, I'll be reading a surah, I'll be like, dude, I want to memorize this. I'll start tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, it's so
you don't
bad.
do it.
No.
Never
The worst
came-
thing,
never came back.
Exactly.
the worst thing
Wallahi,
was when I was like, when I was around,
Surah Jinn, bro. I was trying to memorize Surah Jinn. And then I was like, dude, I'm gonna finish. I got to like the third ayah. I was like, I'll finish this tomorrow. And then it came back, and I never
like
memorized it.
fudge, man. Like,
dude, the worst thing was when I was like around 12, 13 years old, my mom would always come and tell me to go pray, and I'm over here playing video games. I'm like, hold on. Then she'd come to me for the next prayer. Hold on, I'll go do it later. And then, but by the end of the night, I have all 5 prayers to do. I'll just make it up tomorrow. And I never ended up doing
I was
those
even
prayers.
mad,
Like
brother.
this right here is a really bad disease, right?
You see how, bro? You see how the
You see how
you see how the
Shaytan-
bro, you see how the
Shaytan
procrastination.
tempts you.
No,
This
like
is-
look, and here's the worst part about it, right? Like I said, when you go from one prayer to the next and one prayer to the next, when you're just saying, hold on, I'll pray that prayer later, and then you get overwhelmed by all 5 of these prayers at the end of the day. You're
And
like,
then-
dang,
and
that's
see-
a lot of prayer.
yeah,
And then
and-
you're like, all right, man, I'm tired right now. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Like this right here
Yeah.
is the ultimate defeat.
Like, look.
Yes, right.
because
You've been
if-
defeated.
Yeah, because if you have to make up all 5 prayers, think about the khushu you have to be in to pray 5 back-to-back
Yeah,
prayers.
and
Like,
even then,
you can't do that.
Think about this: the prayers are set at a certain time, right? Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, right? All at different parts of the day, right? Think about it like this. That's like me. If I'm going to pray all these at the end of the night, did you really pray 5 times a day? Like, think about it. It's like me skipping lunch and then eating dinner and say, I ate lunch and dinner. Like, no, that's not how it works, right? You ate one meal. You ate and you ate that one time a day, right? I'm not saying like, yeah, you're not supposed to make up your prayers, right? But in reality, you have to pray those prayers on time. You have to pray the prayers at the set time that they were given to you by.
It's like say you need 10,000 calories in a day. You have lunch and you have dinner, both 5,000 calorie meals. You skip lunch and you eat dinner. So did you really? And you ate a 10,000 calorie dinner. Did you eat 2 meals or you ate 1 meal?
Exactly.
You ate 1
That's
meal.
what I just said.
So I just put in a better like analogy for you.
Yeah, see, like the thing.
But the procrastination, wallahi, bro, that's defeat right there. That's defeat right there.
Like, see,
It's dangerous.
Shaytan,
It's dangerous.
will come to you in like
And
your most vulnerable times, right? You'll be like working or doing school or something, and the time of prayer to come or something, and like Shaytan, he will whisper to you. You don't realize
Like,
it
but
you don't realize
but
the
you know
waswas that's going on, right? So then he'll be like, oh no, it's fine. You're busy. Just wait. You can pray later. It's fine. Like he puts all these thoughts into your mind. You think it's okay. But then it turns out to not be okay, because then look, what if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes away your ability to prostrate to him? You think, oh no, it's me not praying. No, Allah took away your ability. Prayer is a privilege to us because that's a conversation that Allah invites us to. He made it mandatory upon us, but he didn't make it, he doesn't make you do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Allah's not going to be affected by that.
Like,
right?
in today's day and age, we're easily distracted.
Exactly.
That tunes into our procrastination.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, it's a great fitness, it's a great test. Bro, like, think about how much, like, how many different things you could, like, just with the iPhone. Think about how much different things you can do, like, other things that you can do at the time of prayer. But it's also beautiful at the time when the time of prayer and you see a Muslim who there's so many things he could do. There's so much, he has this business to run. He has things to do. He goes to the masjid and he goes and he prays and then he leaves. Think about, but that's a blessing and that's a great discipline.
Here's one thing.
It strengthens your heart.
That everyone's probably guilty of, right? You know, we might be scrolling through TikTok, right? And we're like, all right, I got to get up. I'll get up in the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes rolls around. All right, another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes rolls around. All right, another 5 minutes. Then all of a sudden you come across like our Islamic reminder on TikTok, and you're like, all right, I got to get up. I got to get up right here. And like these right here is a blessing.
Speaking of reminders, good friends and good competition can help you defeat procrastination. Imagine, like, dude, yesterday, like, imagine you're with your boys or like you're with your brothers, right? One of them does like a couple push-ups. You're gonna feel the want to do push-ups. Like, imagine one of them goes pray. You're gonna be like, dang, I gotta pray. And then you're gonna go pray. Having the good people around you is gonna help. Look, like yesterday, I did push-ups and then you had to do push-ups.
You know,
it was just innate. And then like I remember when you when the alarm was going off for Fajr, you were still asleep, but I still woke up. You were like, and then you woke up.
You know the crazy thing?
It's like you don't have to defeat procrastination by yourself. You can always have help.
See, look, when you have that level of Iman to like for prayer especially, where it's like, okay, the time to prayer has come. Like, I have to pray. Like, there's nothing going on in my mind but prayer. And let's say if you're busy and you have a valid excuse not to pray at that moment, then the only thing that's in your heart is prayer. Like, okay, I just have to pray. I have to pray. Like sometimes if I'm driving and I need to go pray, like let's say I leave the gym and I need to go pray, I'm like, okay, I need to pray. The first thing on my mind is go pray. Like, nothing else is on my mind except for go pray. And the same thing is like I'll be playing basketball and we'll be in the middle of the game. I'll be like, nah, guys, hold up. I have to go pray. And I'll leave and I'll go pray and then I'll come back. Like, see, I don't let these distractions like overcome me anymore because, you know, I have way...
He doesn't let the hoop dreams overcome him.
The fear of Allah in me is so high. And then also the love for the fact that I'm going to talk to Allah at this moment is higher than my fear for him because I know I'm earning his mercy doing this. Like, whatever happens now, I stepped away from whatever I had to do, like my obligations, and I stepped away from like the fun I was having and all this, all the enjoyments and delusions of this world, right? Just to go speak to Allah. So you have to know that, like, your
prayers are really like reality. They're like reality checks.
Dude, the thing is,
yeah, exactly. Like, they humble you.
The basis of this is, if you have no objective goals, you're not gonna go after anything. Like, it's not that important to you, right? So
you're gonna live in life. You're gonna live in life. You're gonna stay.
Laziness.
You're gonna live in life. You're gonna stay the same. You're gonna grow old, and you're gonna have nothing done with your life. And then you're gonna go.
Then you're gonna look back at it, and then you're gonna regret.
The angel of death is gonna take your soul. You're gonna go to Allah. You're gonna have to answer for everything that you did because you stayed lazy and you procrastinated. And then, like, bruh, don't you think it's like crazy how Allah, He prescribed us the prayers, and you know, like, Allah loves the obligatory acts. He made it obligatory. Why? You wanna know why? Because it's good for you.
Exactly. He's gonna say,
Allah,
that's my slave right there.
Yeah, that's in simple terms.
He's not gonna stray away from me.
it's good
And
for
you think about like
how can you be like how can you lose anything when you prostrate 5 times a day to
even when you do extra on top of that, those are more like, okay, Allah, like I just need you, I need you even more. Like the 5 times for me is not enough. I want to talk to you even more. Like, ya Allah, like even if you're doing dua is still a form of worship. It's a form of ibadah. So if you're just praying the 5 times, but then you're also doing abundant dua on top of that, like sending salawat on the Prophet ﷺ, then like you're just getting increased. Your status is getting increased with Allah. Like you want to be in the highest of ranks, right?
Yeah, there will be people who were famous on this earth but are unknown in the heavens, and there'll be people who are known in the heavens. I mean, not famous on this earth but known in the heavens. They're famous.
Probably
they're
the
famous
most
up there.
famous of people that will be in the heavens, man. Like you have no idea. Like, I mean, how many people out there in the world do you think truly know about the Sahaba, right? Like that are outside of Islam. How many of them you think know about the Sahaba? Probably not that many. But you see that
The
how
historians,
noble
the historians can
yeah.
even recognize how remarkable the Sahaba. They can
exactly.
recognize how remarkable Khalid ibn Walid was.
And you think people like Umar ibn al-Khattab,
You think they were lazy?
You think he was lazy? You think he procrastinated? Like no, the man who literally got up in the middle of the day in Mecca and said, whoever wants to basically he said, whoever wants to die to try and stop me from migrating to Medina, and then come here, like, no, I'll take care of you.
Like just look at the greatest warriors of Islam. Like, bro,
yeah, bro. Like these people, they fought for.
They
like,
live
most
with
of
purpose.
Their lives.
Everything has a purpose, and that's where you can destroy procrastination. You know your purpose. You know that there's nothing that has to get in between you and your purpose.
Have you guys?
On top of that, you being lazy, you're just wasting your life away. You're wasting your time. You know, your time goes.
Your time is limited. Time
Have
is
you guys
fast.
heard that hadith that says if you say like Surah Al-Ikhlas like 10 times, you get a house in Jannah?
Or
Yeah, I did.
When Umar ibn al-Khattab heard that, he said, well, I'm going to have a lot of houses in Jannah. And how many people you think that if they heard that hadith, would they be saying Surah Al-Khas like on repeat?
Bro, it's
like
not
that?
even just that. Allah makes it very easy for us.
Exactly.
Like say Surah Al-Ikhlas 3 times, you get the reward of reading the Quran every day. Like
Yeah.
or saying
equivalent,
Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. You plant yourself a tree in Jannah, right? How many trees in Jannah would you have right now? And it's very easy for you. You know, imagine, right? Imagine, like, let's say someone who's you're working a job, right? Every time you sell something, imagine every time you sell something, you say that Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, right? Like,
wait. Think about. You just said that, right?
Yeah.
Now let's say a week from now. Do you think you're gonna remember you said that? Do you think you're gonna remember? Oh, I planted a tree in Jannah just by saying that. Like, no. You see, you're not gonna remember it. But see, it's still happening. These good deeds are still happening.
And on top of you're gonna wake up on the day of judgment. You're gonna be like, where did all these good deeds come from?
Exactly. Oh my God. What? Like, think about that. Well, think about that. You know. Also, something cool that I thought of was something cool that I thought of was like think about like on the day of judgment, the fact that our ummah, we live like less than other ummahs, right? Like people used to live longer than us.
Yeah.
Which is why our deeds are multiplied. Our deeds are multiplied like tenfold to any other ummah that has ever lived. And our bad deeds are only 1. So it's like, if like the more that you could do for yourself, the better. And if you like live according to Islam and try to live according to the Sunnah, follow it the best way that you can, try to find knowledge that is beneficial to you. Like when you ask Allah for beneficial knowledge, you want that knowledge that will like benefit you in this life and the next, where you can be like, oh yeah, see, remember so and so, like the stuff I had to go through to get here, to get to this point in reach Jannah, to earn Allah's rahmah, like. And if you haven't felt that type of stuff, then you really need to look within yourself, because you have to really reflect upon your life in these certain situations. Like what if you were a procrastinator? Look at how your life was going at that time. And then if you embrace Islam and you embrace prayer and you have a strong Iman and you're trying to strengthen that, like that level of consciousness of Allah always like being near to you, then you'll see how your life changes. You'll see how like your demeanor changes, how you become more disciplined and motivated in life.
To also become more disciplined, like have some taqwa, like you know that God is watching you. You think He's gonna reward you and give you what you want when you're being lazy and fat? He's not gonna do that. Oh wait, hold on, wait. I didn't mean it like that.
Dude, what is wrong with you this episode?
No.
You are attacking the people, but you're speaking facts.
Some people like like fat people. Some people they have like disorders and stuff
Okay,
like that.
that's
But
fine.
see,
No, I didn't mean it like that.
No, if you're physically able, I understand. If you're physically able, you have to do something.
Like think about like you want to start a business, you want it so badly, but like you haven't done anything.
Yeah.
So how can you become like? And then there's people out there that be upset with Allah. Ya Allah, why didn't you give me this? Like you didn't even do anything. What do you mean? Allah, why would Allah
just that? On top of that, people just talk a lot, right? Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing this, and then the day goes by. And what have you done? You could have done something today.
That's
like
laziness,
shut up.
man.
Like what are you
laziness.
trying?
Could have done
That's
something
laziness.
today.
Yeah, that's laziness. Like we understand. Like we're all humans. We all make mistakes. We all struggle with things. But like if there's a goal that you have in mind, you have to do something about it. Like,
And I'm not. Okay, go ahead.
Like you have to do something about your goals. Like you can't. Like let's say you rave about like the goals that you have, the things that you want to do, and obviously to you they're achievable because you're excited about it. You want to do it, and you think you can achieve it. Then you have to go out and do it. And if Allah sees it good for you, then it will happen. Like that's the type of mindset you have to have. Because if it's not good for you, then you can try it and do it. And if you fail at it, if it doesn't happen for you, then something better will come out of it. You have to understand that truly. Like you
don't lose anything from doing your best.
Exactly.
What? You lost, you learned. You didn't lose anything.
You didn't lose anything.
Yeah,
Like look, here's one
you
thing.
don't lose anything from doing your best.
Here's one thing I heard, right? It was like first you learn, then you take away the L. Like what are you left with? You earn after that. You took out the L. What was the L? Whatever you lost in that. Maybe you might have lost, your time, so-called. But even then, you learn.
You're hitting me with the wordplay. You're hitting me with the wordplay. I like this one. Where'd you hear that from?
I think I saw it on TikTok. So look, this is one thing about perception, right? A lot of people look at TikTok as a very bad thing, but also, TikTok is a very bad thing, but it could also be very educational, right? Alhamdulillah, right? Like, if you're watching us right now on TikTok.
Yeah, like
or Instagram.
It really is all about perception. Like everybody perceives things differently.
Intention.
And I'm learning more about that all the time. Like everybody has a different perception of things. Everybody has a different intention with like the way they go about things. And like I'm trying to view that more. I'm trying to be able to like connect with people more and be like, okay, I see your intention here. It may not have been bad. It may not have been good. But at the same time, like I understand you. Like I'm not gonna prejudge you. If you say something outrageous, I'm not gonna prejudge you until I fully know the full backstory. Because who am I to judge? Only Allah knows. Only Allah knows truly what was in your heart in that moment.
There could have been a murder that happened. A man murdered another man, but like you don't know, like, and then you go and judge that man. You call him a murderer. How you're this, that, but like you don't know what happened.
Yeah, what if he threatened his life or something?
Yeah, what if he threatened his life? What if he put his hands on him?
Or what if someone stole something from the pharmacy, right? Now he looks like a criminal, he gets arrested. But at the same time, you didn't find out that his mom had cancer or something like that. Like, see, he had good intentions to do what he had to do.
Here's the other thing, like when we look at like something like forgiveness, right? Like you don't want to forgive someone because you think what they did was so bad. Like let's say someone stole something from you. You look at that as so bad, right? You don't want to forgive them for what they did. At the same time, on the day of judgment, you don't know what you have done.
Yeah,
Allah might have seen, like maybe you missed a prayer that is worse than that person stealing, right?
You don't know why they did it, and you just went and attacked them. Like you could have easily just been like
acting like you have never done anything bad.
Like you act like acting like you've never done anything.
See, that's the crazy thing about consciousness is that you never know. Like you, obviously you'll be asked about everything that you've ever done, but do you remember like what you did last week? Like you don't know. See,
I do.
What you do last week?
I ran some errands.
Every single detail, every single step, every single breath, everything. Like, see, you could have bad deeds that are reaching the sky, yet you think you're a good person, you think you're a good Muslim. That's why it's never about you. It's never about what you think or how you think. Like, no, it's about what Allah thinks. What does Allah think of me? Is He satisfied with me?
You can never do enough good deeds.
Like, exactly. You can never do enough good deeds. And you just have to hope that everything you've done is accepted. All the prayers you've done is accepted. You hope that that Allah will take you off of this world at a time that He's satisfied with you, not at a time that He's displeased with you. Just like you say, what do you say in Surah Al-Fatiha? You ask Him to guide you on the path that He is satisfied with, not the path that He has cursed, right?
Yeah, because we as Muslims, right? We believe we've been guided, right?
Yep.
But the thing is, right? Even you as a Muslim, 17 times a day, you ask Allah, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, guide us to the straight path, right? No matter, you can never be good enough. There's always something that you're lacking in life. There's always something that you can always improve on because you're not perfect. It's just an endless thing.
You ask it 17 times and yet you can still fall off the path.
Exactly.
17 times. You know how many you get?
Dude, Adam alayhi salam. Look, I'm not throwing like he was in Jannah. He got created by Allah. Allah told him not to go next to the tree. Shaytan, the Westwasa came to him and he went next to the tree. Dude, we're sons of Adam. We're sin. It's what we do.
Exactly.
Our father did it and we're doing it. But
And it's not like
It's
we're out
about
here
repentance.
trying.
who we are.
It's
It's
about
not like we're out
repentance.
here trying to sin to just try to go against Allah on purpose. We do it out of human weakness, right?
Human weakness. That's
I'm not
what it
saying
is.
that
It's a
there's
human.
not shayateen out here that
It's a human nature.
They just want to disobey Allah.
But people, yeah.
See, but you have to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge that there is a such thing as a weakness. Like we're humans, there's weakness inside
You
of us.
sin, he sins, I sin. It's
And
human
it's
weakness.
crazy. It's crazy the fact that a lot of people who are private, like they have private lives. They look at people who are in the public eye and they treat them like differently than themselves. Even if they've sinned worse than a person in public, they will still look down upon them because they're like.
You know what makes me mad? Like, what you're saying right now. Like, let's say Andrew Tate, for example, right? People are like on his head about everything, right? Like, let's say if he's gambling at a casino. I'm not saying that he is. I'm not saying he hasn't, but let's say he is, right? You're gonna have all these people on TikTok, like user whatever 15638, just hating on him, saying, "Oh yeah, look how much haram he's doing. He's not a true Muslim, like this and that." Have you even prayed your 5 daily prayers? And you're over here talking about this guy gambling. Which one is worse, a guy gambling or you not praying?
They're so
if you
worried
did-
about someone else.
No, I'm saying even if you did pray your 5 daily prayers, what did you learn? That like you prayed your 5 daily prayers, but what did you learn? You didn't learn anything. Obviously, you haven't taken any single knowledge from Islam if you're out here ridiculing someone else or backbiting someone else.
Like I said, what if there's something in your life that you're struggling in that's worse than gambling, right? Like everyone has a weakness, right?
That's why I said that's why I agree with you. It's about perception. It's about like your intention. Like you have to understand where people are coming from. Like even with us, people may correct us and they might do it in a like slightly aggressive way, but I'll look at them and I'll be like, I understand what you're saying, bro. Like I'm not gonna fight with you. I'm not gonna argue with you because that's not who I am. I'm a Muslim and I want to see you win just like you hope to see me win. That's what I want. I want everybody to win. I don't care what you have against me. I don't care anything. I have love for everybody. I'm not gonna be harmful to anybody in any way, shape, or form.
Bro, another disease is like the strong jealousy people have, where they want what you have and they don't want you to have it. Like that right
crazy.
there. Is
jealousy
like
is the
crazy.
incorrect term. It's envy.
Yeah, envy.
You're right, envy.
Well, in
Envy.
Surah
You're right.
Falaq, it says that.
So
No, I'm just saying.
I don't get.
Jealousy is.
What do you get out of someone losing everything they have just so you can gain something? Like Allah can increase you from His bounty, from who He wills, and it will not decrease him in the slightest way. So and you over here want Allah to take this person's stuff away just so that you can gain something. You act like things are limited to Allah. You act like Allah can't just give you. But you're out here hating on the person.
Why don't you just hope that like you make it to Jannah and you won't have to worry about it? You can have that and like a million times better than whatever you want. Like, but he's right though. It is envy over jealousy. Jealousy could still be friendly. Like, jealousy could be protective. It could be friendly. Like I could just be like you got some like nice shoes. I'd be like, damn, bro, I'm jealous of you. Like see, I could have got those, but like you got them. You have that. But envy would be like, I don't want him to have those shoes. Like I want those shoes. Like no, get like. I hope he scuffs those shoes.
Back to perception, right? Like, you might see he has something. I'm like, all right, bet. He's around my circle. He can show me how I got them. How he gets them. Now I can go get them too. Now we can both have them. Now we both win.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That should be the right way. You want for your brother what you want for yourself.
Like even for the people who procrastinate or are lazy, I'm not gonna judge you, but I'm gonna I'm genuinely curious.
We're here to help you.
No, yeah, like I want.
We're going to help you.
Like
we don't want you to be lazy or lazy or procrastinating.
How can we get you out of that habit?
Especially the Muslims.
Because we've all been.
How are we going to unite together when everyone's
this
lazy
is a
and
reminder
procrastinating?
for you guys, or it's a reminder for us, and a reminder for me
to never be lazy.
Like we've all been in a situation where we've been lazy, or we've procrastinated.
And we can still be lazy later on.
Yeah, whether it was a phase in our life, whether it just happened one time in one situation or anything like that, you have to know that that's the waswas. That comes from Shaytan. Like Shaytan, he wants to put stuff inside you that'll distract you.
He don't want you to win, man. He don't want you to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Wallahi is our biggest hater.
Shaitan just wants to like distract you from the way of Allah, and you have to be able to see past that.
How does Shaitan get in the place that he is right now? Envy.
Yeah, but you have to be able to see past that though. You have to be able to acknowledge it though too, and be like, no, I understand what Shaitan's trying to do, and I'm not gonna let him win. See, if you try to ignore Shaitan, if you always try to just put him off, he's still gonna beat you.
What?
Like, because what does Allah say in the Quran? Indeed, like Shaitan is a clear enemy for you. Clear enemy. He warned you about Shaitan. So why don't you take that warning? Take it with like the utmost of take it to a high degree. The way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes it in the Quran to you. He is a clear enemy. Just like
yeah, did he say that your brother here that is gambling is a clear enemy to you? No, he did not.
Like there are enemies of Islam, there are enemies of us in ourselves, but Shaitan is a clear enemy. He's one we can't see, and he's one like you can't straight up hear him, but you know he can whisper evil into your ears. So you have to
yeah,
exactly. You like knowledgeable about that. You have to be able to acknowledge that. Like in certain times where like you could fall into a weakness, you have to be able to say, okay, I understand what Shaytan's trying to do, and I'm not gonna let him do it.
It's our
And
biggest
then
hater.
you start making dhikr, or you start saying du'as to Allah, you know, say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Like you say stuff like that so that you understand, okay, I understand what's going on, and Allah, I'm gonna ask you for your protection because you're the only one who can protect me. I can't protect myself because I'm not capable. Allah is capable, right? So yeah. But with that being said, that's gonna end this episode talking about procrastination and laziness, you know, getting away from those actions and those like attributes in our characters, and you know, elevating our characters to the way of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, trying to follow the Sunnah and the Quran. So yeah, and that was a reminder for all of us, and like for us and for you guys as well, inshallah. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, follow us on every social media if you like. But yeah, you know, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
All right, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share this with your friends and family, right? I know you guys enjoyed this episode. So, yeah, we're students of knowledge. We're not scholars, so we're open for correction. And reach out to us on Instagram.
Yeah,
we want to interact with you guys. We want to talk with you guys. And yeah, with that being said, assalamu alaikum.
All right, assalamu alaikum.